All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live broadcast of the netball competition of the 30th Southeast Asian Games 2019. This match is between Malaysia and the Philippines. We are about 2 minutes into this game. Malaysia in the lead. The score is 2-1. Here's Noor Ashkin. Will she make it 3 goals for Malaysia? Malaysia are the reigning gold medalists for this netball. For the netball games. There's a good crowd here at the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. Yesterday, both teams had their first games. Philippines went up against Singapore. Their score was 28-80. Team Singapore really showing their dominance. And in the second match, Thailand went up against Malaysia. Malaysia proved that they are here to retain the gold medal. The score was 42-62, a huge 20 goals difference in that match. Noor Ashkin just slotting in the 4th goal for the team. The Malaysians are really quick, and this Malaysian team has been together for a really long time now. Most of the players were together since the 2015 SEA Games, so they have really good chemistry and connection. The understanding between the players is fantastic. Now let's see whether the Filipino team can match up. A contact call there against Anathea, the captain for the Filipino team. Fumbled there by the goal defense of Malaysia. Nur Azila manages to keep the ball and roll the ball all the way to the shooting end of Malaysia. Pao Mei Fong there just being very smart. Knew she wanted to get to the top of the goal circle along the edge, just allowed herself to play the ball a little bit closer to where she wants to be at. Malaysia really showing their dominance very early on in this match. It's the thing about the Malaysian defense, they are really hard-working. They will challenge for every ball. They are very tight to the attacking player, so they will run step for step. And when it's time, they will definitely put their hand out to it to challenge and contest for the ball. Beautiful second goal there by the goal shooter, Jian. Jian did well yesterday against Singapore. Her shooting percentage was at 73%, scoring 8 goals for Philippines yesterday. A miss from Izian there, the goal attack of Malaysia. Now can Philippines capitalize on this opportunity? It is not going to be easy against a very experienced Malaysia. But here they are, being a bit patient. That pass wasn't quite enough. Captain Shafaz Liana was all over that pass. Noor Ashkin there just lunging forward for the ball. Lines up for the shot, falls a bit under. She is the tallest player in the circle. She goes up for one rebound and manages to sink in the 8th goal for her team. Good idea there. She just saw the player, the pass, the vision was right, just a bit too much on it, the pass. Here's Malaysia with a counter attack. Look at how quick the Malaysians are. Izian sinks in, goal number 10 for Malaysia between Noor Ashkin and Izian. Noor Ashkin has a shooting percentage of 91% from yesterday's game. She's got 29 goals for Malaysia, and Izian sits at 83%, scoring 5 out of the 6 goals. that she put up yesterday. So very high shooting percentage for Malaysia. Beautiful high pass there by the Filipino center Diana to Anathea, the captain. Just got a bit of a shove there by the goal defense. Nur Azila granting her a penalty shot under the goalpost. No Ashkin, so reliable for the Malaysian team. Yeah, the Philippines are a little bit stuck. Shafaz Liana comes. She's so talented, Shafaz Liana. Oftentimes, she is really one of the more talented wing defenders in this game. She really sticks so close to her wing attack, and when the opportunity arises, she goes for the intercept. And sometimes we see a very clean intercept from Shafaz Liana, and that's very hard to come by for a wing defense. Ashkin just doing a double play there just to launch herself a little bit closer to the goalpost. Here comes Philippines. It is so hard. Yesterday, Thailand played against Malaysia, and the Malaysian players really, at every pass, they are pressuring the pass. Whenever someone has the ball, they will be putting their hands up, just as the goalkeeper, Siti Nur Farhana, does. There she goes again. That's a 3 feet, hands up. Anathea takes a long shot, sinks it in. Speaking of Anathea, she's been fantastic for the Filipino team. She sits at 100%. She is the most accurate shooter in this tournament so far. She put in 11 out of 11 goals for her team yesterday. Fantastic player that she is, Anathea. And if the midfielders and the Filipino team can really find her more often in this game and really capitalize on her, that will do the Filipino team some real good. Contact call there against Mei Fong several times now. Mei Fong has been called for contact, and we won't. That is something that is not strange or uncommon. Like I mentioned earlier, the Malaysians team really hustle and they really go for and challenge for every ball that typically results in a high contact rate. And they are just missing the ball there, commentators guess, I guess, but her teammate Jian is there to collect the rebound and put it in. Here's Izyan. Good jump there by the goalkeeper Zarmain. The goal defense, rather, Kathleen Jane. Here's where the Filipino team is really struggling at the center pass. So often they choose to go back to the wing defense. Janelle Mendoza. And they are just getting the ball in the inside of the circle. Jian doing a beautiful pop. Lines up a shot. Sinks it in. Well done, Jian. Showing signs of confidence there from the Filipino team. Very heartening to see. And I'm sure the crowd here at Santa Rosa Sports Complex will be applauding every effort that their team is putting in. Five minutes remaining to this first quarter. The ball just slips past the captain's hands. And here are Malaysia with the counter-attack. Nur Ashkin sits comfortably under the goalpost and sinks that one in. Again with the lob to Ashkin. And they are just going up for the contest of the ball against Shafaz Liana. Here's Isian. Ball doesn't quite fall into the net. Thankfully, she gets a second chance in the form of a penalty shot. Good take there by Aishakin. Easy feed to her. She is the tallest player in the circle. Makes it very easy for her midfielders to dish it off to her. That's a beautiful passage of play there. Unfortunately, the ball was just a little bit too much on it. Has a little bit too much on it. And the goal defense, Nora Zila, is very difficult for Anathea to keep her balance. Malaysia really putting their foot down and displaying their dominance. Poor pass there by Isian is collected by the center Diana. And here the Filipinos go. And the crowd really cheers them on. Anathea's a bit stuck, but eventually finds the wing attack. Lorraine has to go back. Eventually, they find Anathea. And Norazila contacts her. Here she goes for a penalty shot. Doesn't quite go in. Goes for her rebound. Gets it in this time. She is getting shoved a lot, Anathea, and that is the challenge that the Malaysian teams will present to anybody that they play against. And that's a clean intercept this time by Noah Azila. Just very well read. Went round the body cleanly to get the ball. It was a good intercept from Noah Azila. Fumbles there from the Filipino team. Here's Isian. This is something that the Filipino team needs to think about. Yesterday against Singapore, both defenders chose to set back on the goal shooter. And this time they're doing the exact same thing, leaving the goal attack, in this case Isian, completely free to roam around. And that can be very dangerous and not advantageous to Philippines at all. The goal attacks, Isian in this case, she has been very accurate so far. She is happy to shoot whenever she gets the ball. So probably Philippines need to think about re-strategizing that. Here we see again both defenders just setting back on the goal shooter, leaving the goal attack pretty much free to receive the ball to the top of the circle. I guess the idea is that they want to avoid the ball being placed in a position that's closer to the goalpost, but what they need to know is that Malaysians will shoot from wherever they get the ball. They're not afraid of the mid and long range shots. Shafaz Liana there somehow managed to gather the ball in her possession. Nur Fariha just being caught offside, running into the goal circle, an area that the midfielders, wing attacks, centers, wing defenses are not allowed in. 5 seconds on the clock. Can I get this in? Get a contact perhaps? Not to be. First quarter ends. Scores 23-7 to Malaysia. Welcome back to the second quarter of this game. It is Malaysia taking on Philippines. We're live from the city of Santa Rosa, Laguna, here at the 30th Southeast Asian Games 2019. No Ashkin sinking in shot number 24 for the Malaysians. In the first quarter, the score is 23-7. Malaysians, the reigning gold medalists for Malaysia. That was an easy play for them, just 2 passes. First one to receive the center pass. Second one, long bomb into Ashikin. Quite a hard shove there on Anathea. It was a very good rotation in the circle between Jian and Anathea. Jian here with the long range shot. Ball bounces around the rim. Eventually it falls through the net. Jian is doing very well so far in this match. Good rebound there by Zarmain, or CJ rather. Jan is doing incredibly well, just manages to squeeze her way between her defender and the goalpost to get herself in a good position to shoot. Here goes Malaysia. Great read there by Zarmain. Couple of changes for both teams. You can see Mei Feng has moved to the wing attack position from center. And coming in at center is Noor Fariha. So Mei Feng and Noor Fariha eventually just switch. And Noor Fira Shuhaira just came on at the wing defense position from the bench. And Athea seems to be very affected in this game so far. She's not shooting as well as she did yesterday. Perhaps the knocks and shoves that she's been taking from her defenders is really affecting her. Speaking of changes, the Filipino team as well has some changes. Eliza Diane has come on as center, sending Diana to the bench. Lorraine is to the bench. She's replaced by Katrina Rose at the wing attack position. Mei Feng is such a smart player. She's just so agile. Before she lands, more often than not, she knows where she wants to place the ball. Like I mentioned earlier, the chemistry between this Malaysian team is incredible. They've been together for many years. They've worked together for so long. They read each other like a book. CJ is doing an incredible job at this goal defense position. She's really going up to contest for every ball. She's gotten a few tips, a few rebounds. Hopefully she keeps going at it, and we'll see if she manages to crack the Malaysian attack. Help ball there. Beautiful rotation there. She can just running down the baseline, running through the baseline, just pulling the defender away from Isian, allowing Isian to pop up in front for that easy straight pass. A bit of a fumble there by Noor Fariha, very uncharacteristic for the Malaysian team. Umpire just setting up the obstruction call. Error there, poor pass by Jian. Very quick run by Pao Mei Fong. Immediately after she releases the ball, she knows where's the next spot she wants to receive the ball at. She makes a sprint for it. Allows her to make an easy decision of a feed to the shooters. Katrina Rose just chose to go back to CJ. It was very predictable. Pao Mei Fong just read it like a book and manages to get the intercept. Ashkin there just sharing a laugh and a high five with her teammate Isian. An error there for Malaysia. Malaysia really want to think about tidying up all these unforced errors. I'm sure that this is something that will be addressed in the changing room earlier. And Atea with a beautiful shot there. Really struggling, the Filipino midfielders, to get the ball close enough to feed Siti Nur Farhana. Just a contact, getting pulled up for a contact against Jian. That was a penalty shot for Philippines. It is an easy pathway for the Malaysians when you have a shooter like Noor Ashikin, who is so tall. Really don't have to do much except place the ball perfectly for her. And that's a poor pass there from Jian. Throw in now to Philippines. That was pretty sloppy from Malaysia. Very unlike them. A miscommunication there from the Filipino team. Good challenge there by CJ, just unfortunately a little bit late. The Malaysian shooters are really incredible. They have about 4 in total. They played 4 yesterday, and each and every one of them are all are at least shooting 80%, and that is really the percentage that you want your shooters to be shooting at. Also, I've been told by most coaches. And here again, like I said earlier, Malaysia really not making things easy for Philippines. They are going up to challenge for every ball. Again, you see the both defenders of Philippines in CJ and Zarmain, both of them just choosing to set back to Nur Ashikin, leaving Isian completely free. Let's observe this again. Look, both defenders are in the circle. Isian just completely free to run in on their own. And they've been doing that since the first quarter, and they've been doing that since the match yesterday as well. It is something that perhaps they should look at and think about. Isian is very happy to shoot the mid to long range shots, and she has been putting up some of those. It's a good pump there by Ashikin, but finds herself a little bit too far away from the goalpost. Isian in the same distance. Oh, Zarmain almost got her hand to it. Just can't quite get the full possession of the ball. Here's Ashikin again, slightly closer to the goalpost this time. Misfires. Philippines just really... CJ. She is really one of the more hardworking players, CJ, this goal defense from Philippines. She is going out to contest for the balls, and she is putting her hands to some of it. I'm sure if she keeps working hard, she will get a clean intercept eventually. A bit of a fumble happening in the attacking third of Philippines. A bit of confusion as well. Eventually the umpire sets the penalty up right. Throw in there granted to the Malaysian team. Here to go, so quick. Easy shot for Isian. She is very happy to just take the shot and go to post. Really doesn't think too much about it. Here she is again, this time a little bit closer to the goal post. Same entry, footwork call this time against her. Here goes Philippines. Much better counter attack here for them. Jien. Beautiful shot, beautiful finish. 15 goals for Philippines. The clock is running down now in the final 30 seconds of the match. Shafa Sliana again. She's just so good at that first attack to the ball, the defensive attack for the center pass. She does an incredible job. Khan Murray there, the umpire, just holding time to set up the penalty. Nora Ashikin under the goalpost, won't miss from there. Bodies just tangle up a little bit in the goal circle. Final center pass perhaps for this second quarter. 2 passes to the circle. No, Ashikin sinks it in. Makes the final shot for this second quarter. The score is 43-15. That is the end of the first half. We're going to go to an 8-minute break, and we'll see you back for the second half of this very exciting match. It is Malaysia versus the Philippines. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this match between Malaysia and Philippines. This is day 2 of the netball competition here at the 30th Southeast Asian Games in the Philippines. We're live from the city of Santa Rosa, Laguna at the Santa Rosa Multi-Purpose Complex. Now, these two teams, they've played yesterday as well, so this is their second match in this competition. The netball competition format will be played firstly in a round robin, where the top 4 teams will qualify to the semifinals, and the winners of the semifinals will play in the finals on the 2nd of December right here at the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. Multiple changes and substitutions for both teams. For Philippines, we have Christine coming on at goal attack. And there's a swap between CJ and Zarmain in the goal defense and goalkeeper positions. Karen Lomokda is on at the goal shooter position. No changes otherwise. As for Malaysia, Izian has moved from the goal attack position to the wing attack position. Karishma comes on from the bench at the goal attack position. There we see her in frame. And Karuniza is on at goal shooter as well. Good contest there for Zarmain. Misfire from Karishma. Easy, simple play for Malaysia to Karuniza. 2 new shooters for Malaysia in this second half. Karuniza yesterday put in 100% of a shot. Granted, it was 1 out of 1 attempt. And as for Karishma, she sits at a shooting percentage of 80% after yesterday's game, putting in 4 out of 5. So both shooters are pretty low on the attempts, but very accurate otherwise. So we'll see how both of them fare up in this match today. Karishma puts up that shot. The ball rolls around the rim, eventually falls through the net. Here's Karen Lomokda, lines up for the shot. Falls a bit short, but her teammate Christine comes to the rescue, gathers a rebound and puts it in. Both Karen and Christine featured in yesterday's game as well against Singapore. Karen shoots 2 goals for the Philippines team, while Christine shot 7 goals. Her shooting percentage was at 78%. Karishma with a bit of a fumble there. Repossession call by the umpire. Once you've been deemed to be in possession of the ball and you drop the ball, you can't regather or repossess the ball again. Good save there by the wing attack. Katrina Rose, she did everything she can to save the ball from going out of play. Finding themselves a little bit stuck here. Here's Christine. Just was blindsided, did not quite see the defender's hands there. Just passing it into the defender's hands. Here's Karunisa choosing to pass it back to Nofariha, who eventually finds Karishma. That's a good lean in from Zarmain. Good distance and good lean in to provide pressure on the shot. The ball slips away from Diana. The wing defense of Philippines slips through her hands, and now the Malaysians are here with a counter attack. Karunisa makes it 51 goals for Malaysia. Malaysia are very dominant in netball. In the past 3 editions of netball in the SEA Games, the first feature of netball in the SEA Games was in 2001, where Malaysia won the gold medal and Singapore took away silver and Thailand brought home the bronze. And in 2015, when it was played in Singapore, see it when they shoot. There's no doubt in their head. Poor pass there by the goalkeeper, Kathleen Jane. Easy 1-2 for the Malaysians. Easy shot for Karunisa. That's a good intercept there by Noor Fariha. She just kept very close to her center. Eventually, when an opportunity presented itself, she just went for the ball with 2 hands, manages a clean intercept. The Malaysians here are being pretty patient. They are playing a slightly slower tempo of game than what we are used to seeing the Malaysians play, but it is working out for them. Oftentimes they are choosing to play the ball back just to reset the play a little bit. Beautiful run and intercept there by the wing defense, Norfira Shuhada. Really good defensive work from her. As you can see, there's just a little bit of a height advantage that the Malaysians have. They are very good with the 3 feet and putting their hands up. So when a player has a ball, if you want to defend or block the pass, you have to be at least 0.9 or 3 feet away from the player of the ball. And the Malaysians are very good at that. As you can see, Diana, the wing defense of Philippines, just struggled to look past the hands and look past the bodies of the players to find a pathway or a player to pass to. Here we go, Christine rolls around the rim. Karen tries to go for the rebound. Nora Azila just got pulled for the contact, so it was a penalty shot there for the Philippines. Ball was placed a little bit too high for Karishma that time. Fortunately for her, her defender had last touch of the ball. Beautiful tip there by the wing defense, Diana. And here she gets the team underway with this counter attack. Karen Lamokda almost. Siti Uno Farhana there, just being pulled up for the contact. The defenders, the goal defense and the goalkeeper of Malaysia, they really will challenge for every ball. They really will go for it. There will be a lot of bodies coming for you when you're playing against Malaysia. Good try there by Karishma. She just saw the ball, but unfortunately she just couldn't cross into the goal third. She is being held by the line, the transverse line. She's not allowed into the attacking goal third of the Philippines. Else, I'm pretty sure she could have run for it. She would have made that intercept. Karen, again, she's just not putting enough height on that ball. The ball keeps hitting, her shot keeps hitting the front of the rim. Really needs to put more height into the shot. Beautiful tip by CJ. Kathleen Jane just doesn't manage to hold on to the ball. Many times Philippines do everything right. They're in the right place in the right time. They get their hand to it, just can't quite finish up with getting full possession by either chasing for the loose ball or just not strong enough to pull in the balls. Just like that, Karen, she fumbled the ball initially, manages to gather and sink that shot in. Goal number 21 for Philippines. We're counting down the clock here, the last 10 seconds of this quarter. A little bit of a frenzy. The players know that the clock is counting down. You can hear it from the team. You can hear it from the bench. And I guess you can kind of sense it too. Beautiful intercept by CJ. That was a brilliant last effort for the Philippines team. That's the end of the third quarter. The score is 66-21. We have one final 15 minutes remaining to this game. Welcome back. We're live for the final quarter of this match between Malaysia and Philippines. We're live from the Santa Rosa Sports Complex here at the 30th Southeast Asian Games 2019. A couple of substitutions for Malaysia. You see Najwa on at goal tag and Mei Fong is back on at center. Malaysia really dominating this game. Good attempt at save there by Mei Fong, and the Filipino center Eliza just tried to scramble for the loose ball. Just couldn't quite get a good grip on the ball and was penalized for repossession. So other than attacking changes from Malaysia in Najwa and Mei Fong, we also have a defensive change from Malaysia. Nur Amira Diana, she's coming on in the goalkeeper position, and Siti Nur Farhana is to the bench. Several changes for the Filipino team as well. Anathea is back on at the wing attack position. Katrina Rose moves to the center position from the wing attack. Alexandra Milleret Eugene Castaro, she's on at wing defense. And Janelle Mendoza is on at the goal defense position. It's over a third call there. Anathea just had the ball for the throw in at the goal line. So the ball is not allowed to travel past two transverse line, or rather it's not allowed to travel past an entire third without someone touching the ball. Here's the Malaysians. Good defensive work by CJ there. CJ has been doing an immense amount of work. And again, there she is, creating problems for the Malaysian attack line. She is reading the game extremely well, going up for the challenges. Haven't quite gotten a clean intercept yet, I think. But she is causing lots of problems for the Malaysian attack. Here, as you can see, the Filipino team kind of struggling. That's good defensive attack from Nur Amira. Just read the game really well, ran really strongly to the ball. It intercepted it cleanly. This will be a goal for Noamira. And Anachua, she's back. She did extremely well yesterday, Anachua. She is no stranger to the SEA Games spotlight. And I'm sure if you have been following this Malaysian team, Anachua is definitely no stranger to you. She is a superstar in her own right for the Malaysian team. She sits at 92% after yesterday's game against Thailand. She scored 23 goals for the Malaysian team. She's put in 23 out of 25 of her attempts. A very impressive record for Anachua. It's a shot for Karenisa. Penalty shot for her. Makes it goal number 74 for Malaysia. And Anathea just finding herself a little bit stuck, no options. Good run there by Anathea, but again, just not being able to get a good hold of the ball. They are fumbling quite a bit, the Filipinos. Gian with a beautiful shot. CJ again. I'm very impressed by her. She's been doing a really good job in this match so far. Really contesting football, really making things very difficult for the Malaysian attack. She is a player to watch for the Filipino team. Footwork call there. She just did a little hop while in possession of the ball. You're not allowed to reground your landing foot. Clean, beautiful intercept by the wing defense. Alexandra, the substitute. And again on this end, Noamira, it was just a poor pass, not enough on it. Eventually, it is the Malaysians that put in the goal. Substitution, it seems, to be made for the Malaysian team. In the goal defense position, there we see the change happening. Fahana just coming on. Obstruction call there again. CJ just had her hands up while she was within 0.9 meters or 3 feet of Karenisa. Beautiful patience there by Mei Fong between Mei Fong and initially wanted the front ball, but Mei Fong just held the ball on a little bit. Anachua repositioned herself and found herself slightly closer to the goalpost. Like I mentioned so many times, that the Malaysian team really have very strong chemistry, and it is something that is of a great asset to this team, having gone through several SEA Games together. Here goes the good screen there by Karenisa, set up for Anachua. She just used her body to block the defender out, leaving the back space for Anachua to run and to get the ball just under the goal post for an easy shot. Here's Karenisa again with the hole. The pass, the placement of the pass that time wasn't so good from Anachua. Allowed for Kathleen Jane or CJ to really go up for the ball. Jian has been an incredible athlete for the team. She's so reliable. And she shoots with so much confidence, and that's really something that you really ask for in a shooter. Again, that's a very good example of what we've been talking about, or what I've been talking about through this game, that the Malaysians really will go and challenge for each and every ball. They will keep up with you every step of the way. They will close you down, and they will put their hand out to the ball. You really need to lose them by at least half or a full body distance to really get the ball safely. Karenisa with a shot. Easy one for her. Good tip there by Noor Amira. The pass just wasn't enough. Noor Amira is slightly taller than GN. So if you want to throw that kind of long ball into GN, you just got to clear Noor Amira. She's not that much taller. It's not hard, but it has to be perfect. Lots of repositioning there by the Malaysians. Just working it until they're in the right spot for the shot. There's Jian again. She's such a smart player. Her movements are great. Often her shots are great too. That time didn't quite sink it in. Her teammate Christine tried to save the ball. It was a Malaysian player that retrieved it. And now we're on this end. A bit of confusion between the players as to what the umpire called. Contact call there against Christine. Christine with the long range shot. Beautiful finish from her. Once again, the netball competition is happening from now till the 2nd of December. The finals is happening on the 2nd. We are here at the Santa Rosa Multi-Purpose Complex for the 30th Southeast Asian Games 2019. You can check out all the schedules, all the results on the official SEA Games page. Repossession there called against Eliza. Clock is counting down the final 30 seconds of this game. As we see CJ being pulled out of play for a penalty shot. 10 seconds on the clock. Malaysians really playing the ball around before the final goal. Not to be, CJ Geddes. The crowd counts down. Ball fumbles around on the netball court before the buzzer and the whistle goes. And that is the end of the match. The final score is 88-25 to Malaysia. Malaysia once again really cementing and showing their dominance in the netball tournament. Tomorrow the matches at 3 p.m. Singapore will take on Brunei, and at 5 p.m. Philippines will play against Thailand. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at the Santa Rosa Sports Complex here at the 30th Southeast Asian Games 2019.
Congratulations.